Hello and welcome to the show. In today's environment, live productions frequently require creative teams to work remotely due to on-site limitations and travel restrictions. And cloud-based solutions are playing a key role in enabling effective distributed production workflows while driving costs down and increasing efficiencies.
Of course, yeah. And today we're looking at GV AMP, which is Grass Valley's scalable SaaS platform of agile management tools, cloud-based elastic platform services, and intelligent media technologies that combine into broadcast workflows to enable media production from any location. And that's a good point to introduce our expert guest today. We'd like to welcome Mike Cronk from Grass Valley, Vice President of Advanced Technology. Hi, Mike.
Hi, gentlemen. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, nice to have you with us, Mike. So what would you say the main reasons were behind the creation of GV AMP? I mean, maybe go in and tell us a little bit more about the shift towards cloud-based tools in the broadcast industry.
Yeah, that's a great question. It really started back in the strategic planning process with Grass Valley and some innovative ideas within some key people in the company that met together, I'd say, 4 to 5 years ago is really the genesis of it. And if you we just looked at all the other industries that are being absolutely transformed by cloud compute. We don't buy books the same way we used to. We don't buy just about anything the same way we used to.
Yeah.
Entire industries, banking, you name it, have been transformed with the ability to globally be able to access information and then to when needed spin up the right services to provide what consumers or businesses need just across so many massive industries. Even the way we drive modern cars today and all the technology there's this cloud aspect of that. So we looked at that and said, okay, that's a wave that's coming, and how is that going to come, and what are the challenges that broadcasters face? And so we really kind of boiling it down, broadcast, if you look at it, that trend in terms of distribution has already hit us. The way we consume things with a Netflix, or we can look at things on our iPad, the number of devices, so many. And so that's created a bit of a challenge for broadcast, because you have to create more assets, more content. The cost of that production is going up, and so that puts a squeeze on what we call the yield per asset, right? And so that means that broadcasters need to do things more efficiently, and they need to be able to try new things much more effectively and easier. And that's really a perfect match for cloud technology. The challenge was that there were so many technical hurdles with broadcast, and the bandwidths and the latencies that are required to do things like live production. And so we really set off to solve those. We figured if we solve those, we could make a really quantum leap forward in terms of what broadcasters could do and what the industry needed.
Yeah, fantastic. So the most recent development around AMP ecosystem was the launch of the AMP audio mixer. Now, we've got a good idea as to probably why, because audio is a bit of a dark art, but can you give us a bit of a run through as to why the audio mixer is such an important addition to AMP and what it enables for your customers?
Yeah, it's Grass Valley is predominantly a video company. Although if you go way back to its history and roots, it has done quite a bit in audio, but that was years ago. And so we have a pretty broad portfolio, and we have this saying internally that all roads lead to AMP. So every single product line is working on or has delivered product and applications that work in an ecosystem. And we have a vision called GV Media Universe that is really for an ecosystem that's not just about Grass Valley, but a whole raft of third parties, because customers need a full solution, and no one company, including somebody with a broad portfolio like Grass Valley, can offer that themselves. So this is really about partnership and working together with across the industry. With audio, obviously our focus was on live production, and we make vision mixers and replay and all these things that are used in live production. But we didn't have an audio mixer, and as we like to say, the days of Charlie Chaplin are long gone when you can get people to watch programming without sound. So So it's just this fundamental piece, and we are working with third parties to bring things on, but to get something out quickly, we built our own audio mixer on the software stack that we have, and it really is a very powerful audio mixer, 64 channels, 16 outputs, 8 subgroups, just all the different things that you'd have in an audio mixer. And importantly, the ability to tie that into hardware panels so that you can have tactile control, because nobody likes to miss multiple faders with a mouse. So we saw that as a really key need. It's been greatly received, a lot of interest. And it's really been a breakthrough because for production in the cloud, ironically, audio has been kind of the weakest link, right? It's hard. Most audio mixers are based on FPGA technology because you want to get the latency so short. So to do something in software that can be cloud deployed is a big deal, and I think it's really accelerating the adoption of cloud-based solutions.
Mike, you mentioned GV Media Universe a little bit earlier on, and I wanted to ask about Grass Valley's plans for the future and how the company envisages our industry's migration towards more software-based virtualized workflows, because I gather the GV Media Universe is a fundamental element of your vision moving forwards. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, GV Media Universe isn't just a fundamental element. It is our strategy. It is our vision for the future. And so it really is about bringing solutions to the market that are full and rich with third parties, so that as a customer, I choose the AMP platform and GV Media Universe components. I know they work together. It's a seamless, frictionless experience. I can select them in the same app store, if you will. I can deploy them in the same way that I do anything else in AMP. They work together. I know they work together. They've been qualified, certified, and really take the guesswork and the heavy lifting out of deploying things in the cloud. There's a lot of things in the cloud today. You can take pretty much any software application and put it in a virtual machine and stick it in the cloud. And anybody can do that. Yeah. The challenge is if you're trying to build an ecosystem or a system, is now I've got to write a bunch of code, the IT department or the DevOps department to spin up these instances, get things, connect signals. And then if I want to change something, I got to rewrite the code. And it's kind of like the analogy is I can go to a store and buy a finished, radio or television set, or I can go to, at least in the old days, something like a Radio Shack, if that translates in the UK, and buy the parts and try and build it myself. So AMP really is about delivering a solution that's qualified, but with the choice and the components that people need all put together.
So I think it's kind of, I say it's quite not obvious, it's probably the wrong word, but it's fair enough to understand that the big media companies, the big broadcasters will have an obvious reason for investigating your offerings and engaging with you. But have you noticed recently the scope of clients, the range of customers that you could be dealing with has varied? I mean, even, games companies, esports companies, through the sports, I don't know. Has it broadened?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say that over 50% of our customers on AMP are customers we didn't have before, never really met before.
Cool.
It's really expanded. It's expanded into corporate application. Think of I'm a corporate marketing department. I want to get a message out to my customers. I want to do or to my employees. I could build a video studio to do that, or if I'm a organization spread all over the world, I could just do that in the cloud, and everybody could contribute, and I could do a quality production that way. So it's expanding in corporate. We actually have a customer that's, they fly drones around, various, bridges and whatnot to inspect them, and they need to have video. So it really, once you get to the cloud, and you can contribute video from anywhere, and you can produce that video from anywhere, literally across the world, that opens up some unique possibilities and expands what people can do. And so there's a great interest in it.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Mike, thank you very much indeed for your time today. It's been really interesting, and people can obviously find out all of the Grass Valley solutions at grassvalley.com. So that's it for today. Please do also look at kitplusshow.co.uk for information on our fast approaching face-to-face KitPlus show being held at Media City this summer. And finally, thanks to Mediaproxy who support KitPlus TV. You can find out about them at mediaproxy.com. Thanks again, Mike, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, gentlemen.